What did you think when we had Jermel Charlo on The Last Stand, and he said, "quote Bud Crawford needs to humble himself, recognize he's the B side, take less money, make sure there's a rematch, and then in the rematch he can be the A side and he gets the majority split if he wins it." End quote.
Jamel Charlo got to understand he's undisputed. He's did what he's done in the sport of boxing, but he's not on my level, nor Errol Spence level, and I think that makes him mad and jealous because he feel like he's supposed to be at the top of the echelon, but he's not.
So many people were looking forward to this, especially after both of you guys said, "Yeah, let's do this fight." Do you feel like you and Errol let down the sport of boxing?
I don't feel like I let down anything. I felt like I did everything I possibly could do to make that fight happen. I even called the man up on the phone and try to, you know, tell him like, listen, man, we got X amount on the line, like, let's do this. And that wasn't on no, you know, putting my chest out. That was a brother to another brother. You know what I mean? Like I said, like I was a fan of Errol. You know what I mean? Like, come on now. It ain't no hate. It ain't no bad blood. It's just business at the end of the day. So, of course I'm gonna call him up. And he went the other way. So shit, what can I do?
And was this like towards the end when you knew you were going to get ready to take the BLK
Nah,
or
hell
oh,
no, no. This was in the middle. This was
mm.
when negotiations was, what I
You felt
mean,
like we're
ongoing.
dragging. You felt like they
Yeah,
were dragging. You said, "Hey,
yeah,
let's tighten this up."
yeah.
I
But
got you.
but Errol, like I said, he got Al. Al's great at what he do, and he trusts Al, in which he should. He been with him for no, numerous years. So he just let Al handle all his business and have faith that Al going to put him in the right position to make the right choices.
So I'll ask you this question, and I asked you this last year. Do you see Bud Crawford and Errol Spence fighting in 2023?
I hope so. I hope so. But if not, then you know what I mean. It is what it is. I wish him the best in his career, and I'm gonna continue to do what I do in my career. But I'm not
Because you know,
going to sit. I'm not going to sit and wait on no man to feed my family. So if the fight happen, it happen. If not, then it just be one of those fights that go down in history that didn't happen. It's numerous of fights that didn't happen. Do I want the fight? Absolutely yes. Have I tried to make the fight? Absolutely yes. Do I want the fight after this fight? Absolutely yes. Like, of course, but if it doesn't happen, then it's out of my power. I can't, make the man fight. I can't make the man, go against, what he stands for with his team and all that. So my promoter had something to do with Lomachenko and Gary Russell Jr., right? That was a PBC fighter and
yep,
a top ranked fighter.
yes,
My promoter has something to do with Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury, right?
yep.
That was an Al Heyman PBC fighter and top rated fighter. So what's you can't use my promoter, you know, against me in a situation with me and Errol Spence fighting because they have worked together on numerous occasions. So
And you're
what's the
right.
difference between this one?
And you're right, but let's. I will. The only thing I will come back on that one say, but you're not with that promoter anymore because you even looked at him and said, "Hey, you look, you didn't get me that fight. You didn't get me the Pacquiao fight. You didn't get me the Spence fight. I'm out." You see what I mean?
But
So
what I'm
obviously
saying
there
is,
had to be something there.
but what I'm saying is, for people on the PBC side to use that as a defense on why the fight couldn't happen when I was with Top Rank it's not valid
Got it.
because there's history of Al Heyman and Bob Arum doing business together. But why couldn't they sit at the table and do business with a Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence fight? So you ask yourself that question, or you go and ask, Al Heyman, like, what was the reason why you couldn't, you know, do the Errol Spence fight with Top Rank years ago? What was the reason? And now that I'm not with Top Rank anymore, it's like, oh, he by himself, he out on the island. But then when they find out that I'm not on the island, you know, they still try to, put the fix in. But at the same time, I don't think they believed that I was going to agree to everything that I agreed to. That was the thing.
Do you see this fight at 147 or at 154?
I really don't know. I really don't know. I hope rather sooner than later at 147 so I can get all the belts again.
When you look at this thing and being objective, is there anything Terrence Crawford could have done differently?
Not at all. I think I did everything that I needed to do to secure the fight. I did everything that I possibly could do. I don't see there's nothing more I could have agreed to to get the fight done. Like, what else could I do? You tell me what else do you think I could have did?
Do you think if you would have told them about BLK, that would have kind of like, oh shoot, well let's hurry up and get this thing done then. If he's got something else and there's a chance that he can go take another fight, then let's go get this signed, sealed, delivered, and let's.
Not at all. Not at all. You know what they would have did? See, when you're in certain negotiations like that, and you deep in negotiations, and y'all been going months and months and months to try to get this fight done, you know, it's kind of like you trying to bluff them. So basically, if I would have been like, hey, listen, I got this other company that I'm with that if you don't straighten up, then I'm going this way. Okay. So just think if didn't and I was just bluffing. Okay, we're going to do your little thing. We're going to use that as a duck. We're going to say you didn't want the fight. Go on. Because now you turned your back and now you didn't want the fight. So we're going to use that as a duck. Go ahead. Let's see. And then if you don't, now you didn't fuck yourself. Now you're sitting on the island because you try to play, somebody in negotiations and now you stuck with nothing. You know what I mean? So no, I don't think I could have did it any different because I did everything that I possibly can do with trying to get the fight done.
And lastly, on this topic, are there any hard feelings preventing this fight from happening in the future?
Not at all. I don't got no hard feelings. It's business. Like I said, business is business. I don't, you know, care about, what happened in the negotiations because I already know. Like I said, Al Heyman is great at what he do, and his main priority is Errol Spence. Whether he say, "Oh well, Terrence Crawford, I want Terrence Crawford on the team" or whatever. He's been dealing with Errol Spence for how long? He just met me, so you got to understand his loyalty is going to always be with Spence. So I don't knock him for trying to get the best deal for him and this fighter. I don't knock him for that. That's business. But at the same time, it is what it is. When I'll be successful in my fight, if he got a fight and he be successful, and then we go back to the drawing board and we hash things out and let's get it together.